Hi friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and you may have noticed that I am today, again, covered in baby dragons. Why? What's going on? Why are there so many babies? Well, because the weather has been so warm and beautiful these past few days, and I don't know if you know this, but most dragons really love warm temperatures, all the eggs that I had from Zanzibar hatched at one time. Can you believe this? So now I've got all these baby dragons flying around, and if there's one thing that dragons love, especially baby dragons, it's stories. So I've been reading extra this week because I've been trying to keep up with all these baby dragons and all the stories they want. But the good news for you is I found a couple really fantastic books that I think you're going to love because of all this. So here they are. The first one is called The Winterborne Home of Vengeance and Valor. The Winterborne Home for Vengeance and Valor. It's a pretty cool cover, right? I love the title. The title is what drew me in. And this is by Allie Carter. And this is a really cool book because it's got a lot of different elements to it. There's mystery, there's action adventure, there's danger. There's also a lot of themes with friendship and family, which is really fun. So it takes place with this young girl named April, who is an orphan, but she doesn't consider herself to be an orphan. Basically, because when she was left, she was found with a note from her mother that said she's coming back for her, and she also had this special locket, the secret key that had this pattern on it that she's never seen before, and it was really interesting. So she thinks because of this key and of this note that she has, that she will be able to have her mother come back for her someday. So she goes through different foster homes and orphanages, and they're all pretty terrible. And then, by accident, one night, she, by mistake, happens to set fire to this museum that they've all been visiting. But that doesn't turn out bad like the way you think it would. She actually then gets invited to live at this Winterborne Academy, which is in this huge, beautiful mansion in this estate, which you can kind of see in the background here. And this is a school and rather a place for children who don't have anywhere else to go and that are special. She makes new friends there. The people that are in charge of her are really great. But there's a mystery at this school because the Winterborne home has a special crest, and the crest matches the pattern on April's key. So what is going on with that? Is she somehow related to these Winterborns? Is her mother involved in this somehow? What is going on? So there's a lot of really cool things going on. She has to get to the bottom of it. And like I said, there's a lot of shenanigans, a lot of hijinks with her and her friends. And it is a really fantastic book. Very exciting, very fun. I was dying to know what was happening next, so I couldn't put it down. Very good book. And this is, again, The Winterborne Home for Vengeance and Valor. And I believe this is going to be a series. I think this is just the first book in a series. So if you read this and you like it, there'll be another one coming soon. Okay, this next one I loved especially, and so did the babies, and it's called The Language of Spells. Obviously, as you can tell from the cover, there is a dragon in it, and they loved it because of that, but mostly just because it was a beautiful story. And this one is by Garret Weyr. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Garret Weyr. Now, this book is just, if I could sum it up in one word, I would say it's magical. It's such a magical, beautiful, beautiful story. And what I love about this is it's about history, too. And it's about dragons and talking cats and dangerous magicians and art and poetry. And it's about a little girl named Maggie who becomes friends with this dragon named Grisha. And the reason for their friendship is Grisha has been trapped in a teacup for most of his life. And it details that situation in the beginning of the story, why that has happened. And a lot of the dragons of the world have disappeared. So Grisha and Maggie, once they come together and form a friendship, have to try to figure that out. They have to try to figure out, where have the dragons gone? Where has magic gone? Is it still around? Is it something that they can bring back? Or is it gone forever? Are the dragons gone forever? So there's a little bit of a mystery there, but it's also got a lot of really cool history and it takes place in Vienna, so there's a lot of really beautiful things about that city, and oh, I love this book so much. And another really cool thing about this book that I really wanted to show you guys is that at the beginning of every chapter, there is a really beautiful illustration, a black and white illustration. See, there's the little dragon teapot, two girls. Let's find another one here that's really cool. Here is a picture of Grisha on top of a tower. It's just really, what a beautiful book. And I really wanted to read you the first couple lines of this because, oh, here's another one of Grisha. It's just very beautiful. Just so you can see the kind of magical feel that this book has. And this is from the prologue. Sometimes, even today, magic still happens. Sadly, it no longer comes from cauldrons or fairy godmothers with wands, or even, no matter what you've read elsewhere, wizards. Instead, it is tucked into shadows and corners, visible only if you look. But you might have found it some years ago on a cold, rainy night at a famous hotel bar in the center of an old city in Europe. Anyone who cared to pay attention that night would have seen magic coming out of its deep slumber at the exact moment when a dragon and a young girl meet for the first time. Magic is funny that way. It chooses those who might not choose themselves. In fact, one of the many rules governing the world of magic is that if you pay attention, you will understand how magic has chosen you and why. Isn't that cool? It's such a mystical, beautiful feel to the story, and that's throughout the whole book. It's just so great. That is The Language of Spells. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that both those books sound really incredible and fun. If so, please feel free to get them from the Farmington Community Library. You can pick them up by putting them on hold and then picking them up through curbside service, or you can even come into the building at either branch and get them that way as well. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.